Hey my loves, welcome to my podcast, or welcome back to my podcast. My name is Kat and I'm the creator of this podcast, which is called Finding Kat. This is episode number 19, and this episode is actually brought to you by my free workbook, which is called New Year, New Intentions. And this workbook is an interactive downloadable workbook designed to help you create intentions for the new year and to keep you on track monthly, weekly, and daily when it comes to creating the life you desire. So if you would like to create a roadmap to success this new year, you can click the link in my bio, subscribe, and enjoy this workbook. So today's episode is about the hard things I have learned working on my business for 4 months. I know that doesn't seem a lot, but it's been a doozy. So this was really, to be honest, I did this very quick because I really wanted to sit here and be like, what have I learned from creating a business, and what can I tell people, what can I let people know about creating a business at first that I wish I knew? Trust me, working on Finding Kat has shown me many things, and I have learned how to do a lot of things I never knew I would be doing now, and it's actually very exciting to take what I create and do something with it and learn and just grow. And so know that when you start it, it's not gonna be like, someone can't sit here and explain to you A, B, C, D, E, F, G of creating a business. You kind of gotta figure it out. You gotta figure out where your ideal client would even be. What do they want? What would they like? How many times should you post? How many stories? Should you bring it to YouTube? If you bring it to YouTube, how can you monetize? It's so much work that I feel like people don't see, and to be honest, I didn't see. Because when I started creating Finding Kat, I did not know what the fuck I was doing. I really did not know. I just went with a whim, not a limb. Two different things. I went on a whim and I created it. And it has been a lot of punches to the face of like something I should have done, or I had to do something before something, or figuring out things. It's a lot. Honestly, it is a lot, but it is so satisfying. I enjoy doing this every single day, and I would not change it for the world. I really wouldn't. I love it. I really do. It's great. It really is. So the first thing I learned working on my biz for 4 months is you will feel discouraged way more than you think. As positive as I try to be, I feel discouraged a lot of times, especially when I create something, I post something, I do this, I do that, and I send it through, and I feel discouraged for a bit, and then I'm like, okay, how can I do this better? What did I do that just wasn't it? Like, I kind of look over like my monthly. If you look at Finding Kat, like you can tell that there's different months to things, because you can tell with my look, because I change it up because I'm trying to find my look. So I want to change it up as much as I can. Not change it up as much as I can. I want to change it up to how I'm feeling, and then make it overall, so one day I will find like my perfect font, my perfect color, my perfect everything. Trust and believe that you can sit here and write everything that you need to do, but sometimes you're just not gonna know your brand colors till maybe a year into it, when you see the colors together and you take the pictures and you're just like, wow, this is it. This is my business. So it takes a lot. It really does. So don't really feel discouraged if you don't have a brand color, if you don't have a name, or if your font doesn't look the most perfect and you f***ed up on a post. Like, you don't get enough likes. Don't feel discouraged at all. It all comes with time. Just learn from what you're doing in the beginning. Just learn from it and see how you can grow, and listen to the top dogs. Listen to anyone on top in your kind of area. Listen to what they've done to grow. Listen to what they do. Listen, like, follow their steps until you can create your own, and you know what works for you. Because if their steps that they took are already successful, then you know you're taking the successful steps. But it's also your brand, your thing, so you can do it however the hell you want to. So if you see that posting if you're creating every day for people, right? And you see that you barely get engagement at all on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but you get so much engagement on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, then you can sit here and be like, okay, so should I just post those days? Should I save that time and save those 3 posts, maybe make them stories? What can I do with my time? Now that I'm cutting that, maybe people don't like the topic. Don't be afraid to ask the people. Don't be afraid to ask them. Ask them what you need to ask. They're here. Trust me, if they're following you, they most likely want what you can give them. They're interested in your work. They're interested in you. So you want to make sure that whatever you're doing is at the end of the day helping your client, helping your person. Number 2 is you're always going to be learning and adapting. There's not the internet is growing always. You're not just gonna be able to learn Instagram and that's it. And it's just gonna be the same features on Instagram. Like, there's gonna be new things, new features, new everything that you need to jump on and hop on and do. You need to do them, and you need to find a way to put it into your everyday work and actually enjoy it, because if you're not enjoying it, then that kind of ruins it. So enjoy what you do and figure out what you want to do. Maybe you really don't want to do any reels, right, on Instagram. You really don't want to do any reels, but you love IGTV. Then create IGTV, or maybe you can use the reels instead of doing dances or pointing at things. Just let people, if let's say you're doing an IGTV on how to create a 5K in your business in the first month. I don't know. Let's say you put that out and that's your IGTV. Maybe in your reel, you can talk about one way of how you do it and let everyone know, hey, on my IGTV, I talk about the 4 other steps. And you can then grow awareness for your page by not doing anything you don't want to do, because you were already going to post it on your story like, hey, like, my IGTV's out, giving them a little bit of snippet, especially when they're going through. They'll be like, oh my god, that's the one key way of how to make a 5K business. I want to make a 5K business. What's this IGTV? And you click the IGTV and they watch it. So figure out ways to use what the internet, I guess you would say, is giving you, but still adapt it into what you enjoy doing and what will benefit your client. Number 3, be okay with failing, be okay with the unknown. You don't know if you're gonna be able to do it or not. Like, you just gotta do it. I didn't know I could create a podcast. To be honest, when I started, I was creating my podcast, another podcast called Skin with Cat, because I am a licensed esthetician. Skin with Cat came to a point where I just didn't want to do it no more. I didn't even get as far as creating the first post. Like, that's how crazy it was. And if I failed at I failed at Skin with Cat. I did. It was an idea. I tried to implement it. It didn't go far. Maybe it's for later, or maybe it was never meant to be. But if I just gave up right there and said, f*** the podcast, f*** everything, I wouldn't be here right now. I still did it without knowing, because I still wanted to do a mental health podcast, because that is something that I've always wanted to talk about, mental health and just everything in general, because everything has to do with something. You get what I'm saying? Like, everything's connected. And I was okay with failing, and I was okay with the unknown, and that is why I created. That is what took me to this point in my life. Be okay with that. Every day you live life, you never know what's gonna happen. You never know, but you still wake up enjoying your everyday, or you haven't been. I'm sorry. I hope you get better. The growth is slow at the beginning. Please do not think that you will get 1 million followers in 1 second. It is slow at the beginning. It's like, my boyfriend draws it like, okay, I'm gonna explain it. So, how do you draw a cliff, right? You draw a cliff like 1 line horizontal, 1 line vertical, right? Now, that sharp edge right there, curve it like it was if the cliff was curving down, and then flip it. So in a way, it's going up like a roller coaster. And that is how growth happens. It's slow. And once you hit a point, for some reason, you just swoop. And sometimes you could be stuck at that little point and all you need is something to push you up. Trust me, growth is slow at the beginning, but if you keep putting your all in it, trust me, it is okay. It will happen. If anyone's talking to you about growth or money or this or that, saying, oh, but you only made this much subscribers in this month, blah, 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 you're not really doing, like, you know how sometimes people can hate on what you're doing and make you feel like you're not going anywhere. Do you have those people in your life? Okay, this is what you need to do with those people. Take them out of your life and throw them to the side. You don't need them. You don't need that energy, okay? Growth is slow. Remember that. You got this. Keep putting your all into it. My 5th point is your investments will be more than you made in the beginning. I have put more money into Finding Cat than I have gotten, and I am okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with that, and I will invest more into what I do because I believe in what I do. On some real I believe in what I do. And this is all stuff that when it hit me, when I felt discouraged each and every time I created something, it hurt. Oh my God, and trying to figure out what works and at first I wasn't okay with failing. I wanted it to be perfect and I kind of had to just deal with it, and I thought I was gonna grow in 2 seconds. Well, not really, in a month at least. Like, this is stuff that when it happened, it sucked. It sucked, the feelings I feel, but this is the hard things you learn, and trust me, there's so much more. Sometimes you will sit here and you'll try to create and you don't know what to create, and that is okay. It's just things you're gonna have to learn from, you're gonna have to deal with. And trust me, if you're dealing with it, most likely someone else has, so you're not alone in this. Just know you got this. Really, you got this. You really do. So, to wrap it all up, I'm super grateful for you listening to this episode and to future episodes. I hope to help you resolve those everyday burdens by helping you unify your mind, body, and spirit to reach true well-being. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment if you love my energy and if I helped you in any way, shape, or form, because I would love to know. And always remember, you got this, you are amazing, and I cannot wait to talk to you in the next episode. See you soon.